Is there anything that doesn't crash Paper Mario at this point? In all seriousness though, it is pretty rare to come across a unique method of crashing a video game that does not involve third-party modifications. By that, I mean purely by exploiting the game in its most basic form, not by using cartridge tilting, game sharks, action replay, or anything like that. Now in Paper Mario's case, the cutscene system is relatively stable, but if you know what you're doing, it can lead to some pretty broken glitches. Treasure chests lock movement while you open them, and when combined with other things that modify the same memory addresses, some problems can arise. If we open a treasure chest on the same frame we collect an 11th item, it opens while the Too Many Items menu appears, requesting we toss something to make space for this new one. Since we pick up a key item from the chest while this occurs, another menu displaying the item we just obtained is supposed to pop up. But if you're still looking for an item to toss at this time, unfortunately for you, the game softlocks. This also occurs when manually closing the item menu around the same time the chest fully opens. But let's move on to the actual game crashes. If you enter Chapter 3 in a completed state, which can be done by using a number of available sequence-breaking glitches, certain parts of Boo's mansion will be out of place. A prime example is this little guy. He normally guards the treasure chest and only leaves if you play him some music. Then you'll have a chance to claim your reward and he admits defeat before disappearing. But in this post-Chapter 3 state, he just isn't in the room. Open the chest, claim the item, and the game will attempt to load the Boo for that last cutscene. Since the game is trying to execute a command for an object that does not exist, it crashes. Similarly, in the room with the super boots, Boos are intended to pop out of the chest when you open it. But again, if your story progress is beyond this point when activating it, the game tries to move non-existent objects and crashes soon after. This next glitch has not been replicated consistently, and despite my best efforts to do so, I ended up having to request permission to use this footage from the Genki Mistress. I'm probably mispronouncing that. But anyway, you might notice Kooper's animation is stuck, and he's floating in the air at around the same height as the spring's hitbox. It's only ever reportedly been done with Goombario and Kooper in rooms with both treasure chests and springs, which leads me to believe some or all of those are required elements in performing it. The only available footage happens to be after the glitch has already occurred, so if anyone has some insight, let me know in the comments. I'd also like to take a brief moment to explain some of the upcoming projects I'm working on. First off is explaining something called badge duplication, which might be the single most tedious Paper Mario glitch to pull off. It's actually crazy how many steps it takes to set up, and the rough draft of the script for this one glitch rivals the length of some top 10 videos. Speaking of those, the next planned top 10 is likely going to be top 10 easiest glitches in the game, but I don't plan on really working on that until January. Also, a lot of people have asked if I'd ever consider doing playthroughs of Paper Mario 64 and the Thousand Year Door, and that's something I am interested in doing. Knowing me, I'll end up inviting friends or something just to make commentary a little more interactive, but again, that's maybe something down the road. I discuss future projects and sometimes ask for your guys' recommendations on my Twitter, so definitely follow that at Strider7X if you'd like to stay updated and maybe even vote on some video ideas. More information can be found in the video description, so check that out as well. As always, thank you guys for watching.